Right, hello. In this blog, I'm going to be talking about basically favourite sports. I know that I'm not a very big sport fan. I do like watching a question of sport, and for anybody out there who doesn't know what it is, in case you're not English or haven't seen it before, it's basically a quiz show which has various rounds and it's all about sport. Hosted by Sue Barker, two team captains, normally sports, which are sport people, and then they have sport guests on every week. It's like different sport guests. You get two players and a captain on each team, so it's basically three people per team, and they have different sport styles. You know, it's not just the same sport, but you get something like an example might be a cricket player and say an athlete might be on the same team as the rugby captain. It might be that you've got the cricket you might get a captain that is, say, a football captain might have on his team something like a horse racer, jockey, and say a boxer. Just an example, and they do lots of things like that. But sport is something I'm not really big fan of, but I do like some of it. And I'm probably gonna and a lot of people will know this on YouTube because I will have seen it, but my favourite sport of all time is basically darts. Everybody knows that really gets into me, and once they get to know more about me, and they know the real me, they know that I'm absolutely addicted to this sport of darts. I'm not a fan of PDC or BDO. Well, I am, but what I mean is I'm not a fan of either one of them better than the other. I support both the BDO, British Darts Organisation, and the PDC, Professional Darts Corporation. I support both, just as equal as anybody else. So there you go. I also like football. It's probably a close second because I know at school I did like darts, but I was probably more madly in love with football. I used to do my own fantasy football, and have people like in my class who would basically pick a team, and I'd go home every night just to type up scores and news and do everything that basically was required for fantasy football. And every day I'd take them in, all the information, and it'd be like amazing. I'm sure if people have seen my blogs, they'll know what football teams I support. But to anybody who doesn't know, my main team, my number one team, the team that I support mostly, is Nottingham Forest. Yes, I know you can laugh at it, but it's better than supporting something like Manchester United and being classed as a glory hunter. Because there are a lot of people out there around the world who basically support a team like Manchester United, and all they ever do is say, "Why do you support them?" Well, you know, they win everything, don't they? So it's a team that I, went for. I also do follow my local team, People United, and I absolutely also admit I do like watching Scottish football, and I follow Rangers, Glasgow Rangers, in that league. But yeah, I suppose I am, got to admit, football and darts are my two favourite sports. Other sports that I watch is very limited. I would say I watch, or have watched before, wrestling. But classing something like WWE or WF as it used to be known may not be classed as a sport. The one sport away from football and darts that I always do like watching is snooker. And it's probably just as bad as darts in some people's eyes, because it's like they're boring, like thinking, how can you sit there and watch two players potting balls on a snooker table? I mean, some people say there's no drama in it. I mean, people say they get drama watching things like Formula 1. But I don't understand that, because when you go and watch Formula 1, you stand in one spot, but you never actually get to see the whole race, because you're technically only standing in one spot, and all you ever do is see the cars go by, like, every lap they go around. So you don't actually see them go around all the lap. You only ever see them when they actually come around to the bit where you are. Zooming by. Boring. And watching it on TV, oh god, no. So I'm not a very big fan of Formula 1 or anything like that. So I guess I do like pool. I don't mind a bit of pool. Um, American pool as well. And I do like to play, or I do like cricket a little bit. Which is something I don't normally watch it, but I don't mind it. But my three favourite sports is definitely darts, football and snooker. And as I said, you know, a lot of people think snooker is just like darts. They're boring to watch. There's no fun into it, but it is. It is. My favourite snooker player is actually Stephen Hendry, who is probably, away from Steve Davis, the greatest ever player to even grace playing snooker. I mean, you can have your Ronnie O'Sullivan, but take him away and put Stephen Hendry in there, and you've got yourself a champion. But yeah, I do actually admit that I like watching snooker, and I know it can be a little bit, well, some people say it can be a bit boring when they get to the stage where they're snookering each other and they just can't seem to be fighting balls and so on. But that's a part of the game, if you know what I mean. I'm not a very good snooker player. I'm quite a good player at pool though. And I'll tell you a little story before I end off this blog about sport. But years ago, I'm 28 now, but years ago, when I must have been around about 12 or 13 years old, I went to a local adventure playground here, and they had a pool tournament on. Now, I don't know why I went in for it. I don't know. Maybe I was told by my friends to go in for it, because they said that they knew I was a good pool player. I entered it, a pool tournament, and I won it. Only, there's a catch. Well, they're not really a catch, but there's something to boast about here. I didn't just beat people who were, say, 12 or 13. I actually did beat people who are older than me. 16, 17 and 18 year olds were actually playing in the pool tournament, and I beat them. Because I was so good that if I had carried on playing and practicing, I could have been a world champion by now. I was that good. I did actually win, you know, and I can't remember what I won, but I was proud. I actually won something. But you see, I never really pursued my career into being a pool player. And it's the same as darts. I've missed my chance of actually competing in some big dart tournaments, but that's another story. I'll have to talk about that one day when I get round to it. But yeah, so maybe one day I will become a professional dart player. It'll be a job that I wouldn't mind doing, but just so you know, that's my favourite sports and things. So there you go, and I'll have more blogs coming up for you soon. Bye for now.